Lexus NX Review. A midsize SUV. No premium manufacturer's range is complete without one. Audi has the Q5, BMW has the X3, Range Rover has the new Velar, while Porsche has the Macan. Mercedes-Benz and its GLC, and Volvo has launched its second-gen XC60, among many others, which should give some picture how congested the field is that the Lexus NX finds itself in. It arrived in the UK in two forms, petrol and hybrid forms, but now is only available with Lexus's petrol-electric hybrid powertrain. And as we'll discover, it is, for better or worse, unafraid to look, feel and drive differently from the accepted segment norm. Chief among those differences is that it's the only car in the sector not offered with a diesel engine. Just like other Lexus models, there is a premium price tag to be had. The NX 300h flagship Premier specification costs almost £44,500, which would buy you not just the more expensive models in the BMW X3 range but even the lower-spec X5. Is the new Lexus worth such a premium? We'll find out in this review. The NX had a full-throttle route from show stand to showroom. It was introduced in concept form at the 2013 Frankfurt Motor Show as the LF-NX, which then reappeared at Tokyo, and the toned-down production version was unveiled at the Geneva show in March 2014. The NX's bigger brother, the RX, has been in production since 1998 and is now gracing the streets in its fourth-generation, NX-inspired guise, having been launched for the Japanese market as the Toyota Harrier in 1997. Lexus's SUV lineup is completed in North America by the larger GX and LX. Lexus may be slightly slow to this market segment, but the demand for midsize SUVs is showing little sign of letting up. To capitalize, then, the NX follows traditional lines for the most part. It has an aluminum and steel monocoque shell, with a transversely mounted engine. You'll find McPherson struts at the front and double wishbones at the rear. It's 4.6 meters long and 1.85 meters wide, although Lexus has disguised both dimensions with intelligent chamfering around the car's corners, making it appear more agile and lithe, smaller, than it truly is. Nonetheless, for all the neat design touches, what really stands out is the novel nature of the powertrain. It's Lexus's hybrid drive system, at once fiendishly clever yet brilliantly simple. Toyota and Lexus are rightly proud of the hybrid system that sits beneath the bonnet. In some markets, the bump refers to it as a continuously variable transmission, but although it can allow any engine speed at any road speed, Lexus doesn't call it a CVT over here. It isn't a CVT in the conventional cone and belted sense, anyway. It's easier to think of it as a differential. There's a petrol engine, a slave motor and a drive motor, all coupled together via a planetary gearset that allows each different component to spin at whatever speed each one wants to match the speed of the road wheels. For example, the engine could be off, the drive motor at the point of peak torque and the road speed 50 miles per hour, and the slave motor spins to take up the difference. Likewise, if the engine and the drive motor are both at peak torque but the road speed is only 20 miles per hour, the slave motor drives at a totally different speed to allow that. It's an incredibly compact system, and one that's extraordinarily reliable. The Toyota Prius, which uses this system, has the fewest warranty claims in Toyota's range, and the hybrid drive system is the lowest warranty claimant on the car. It's available in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, but in either case the total power output at any given time is 194 bhp. Only 153 bhp of that is accounted for by the 2.5-liter, four-cylinder petrol engine. The rest is supplied by an electric motor, which at the front is rated at 141 bhp. However, it doesn't generate its maximum power at the same time as the engine. For the four-wheel drive system, there's yet another electric motor, driving only the rear wheels. This can make 66 bhp, but its output is capped when combined with the other motor and the engine so that no matter whether you're in a two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive NX, the rated 194 bhp output stays the same, as does the 9.1 seconds 0 to 62 miles per hour claim. The four-wheel drive model weighs more, though, with a claimed 57 kilograms premium, taking it to 1,905 kilograms at the curb. Fully fueled, a 300 hours we tested actually weighed 1,880 kilograms. 6 trim levels are offered across the range: S, SE, Sport, Luxury, F Sports and Premier. All are well equipped. Even the entry-level S comes with adaptive cruise control, dual-zone climate, a reversing camera, DAB radio and Bluetooth connectivity. Lexus bristles at some of the criticisms leveled at its hybrid powertrain and insists that the detachment and vapidity frequently highlighted by road testers simply isn't registered by customers living with the car day to day. To some extent, we sympathize with that difference of opinion. To drive around town, where the hybrid dividend is already at its most advantageous, the experience is uncannily quiet and smooth. Like its siblings, the NX 300h's step-off is more cast-off, gently slipping its moorings under the waft of electric propulsion. Above a gentle, congested crawl, the petrol engine chimes in, its contribution seamlessly incorporated by the planetary gearset and its voice barely audible below 25 miles per hour. Driven thusly, in traffic and very modestly, the crossover tends to make even the most refined diesel rival seem gravelly and indelicate. Certainly, the intermittent reverberation of a conventional start-stop system seems impossibly invasive compared with the Lexus's movable millpond. However, Toyota's hybrid system is much easier to respect than enjoy. The connection between power sources requires that the petrol engine, itself no great conveyor of character, too often plays the part of a remote generator, feeding energy into the transmission at the behest of your right foot but not strictly regulated by it in the nuanced way experienced in a conventionally powered rival. Typically, this effect is most obvious when accelerating hard, a process that hastens the 2.5-liter unit to 6,500 revolutions per minute, where it remains pinned for as long as directed. It's a shrill and artificial process made all the more irksome by the fact that it's accompanied by no great advancement in speed. We couldn't extract better than 9.5 seconds to 60 miles per hour on a dry day, well short of the sub 6.0 seconds best score that you'd expect from a BMW X3 xDrive 30D. The NX's 37.5 miles per gallon touring figure is also disappointing, although you can expect that to be evened out with superior economy in an urban setting. If you want an NX with a little more poke, the NX 200T petrol exclusively available in four-wheel drive and F Sport trim, should fit the bill. It's a pleasing enough engine, performance is brisk without having passengers reaching for the grab handles, the claimed 7.1 seconds 0 to 62 miles per hour figure feeling perfectly believable. The 50 to 75 miles per hour time of 6.0 seconds also indicates plenty of mid-range shove, before it trails away at the top end. While it feels brisk in this application, it would feel brisker still if it was hooked up to a better gearbox. The new 6-speeder is fine for most situations, but it can hesitate to kick down when you're looking for sudden acceleration. It can also be tricky to drive it smoothly if you want to push on, something highlighted by the increasing smoothness of the likes of 8-speed or more autos offered by Lexus's rivals. Still, the gearbox, along with throttle response, can be sharpened up a touch by selecting the Sport mode in the Drive mode select. Eco and Normal are the other options. The performance does feel a good match for a car of the NX's size and weight. There was never a situation where we needed more shove. At motorway cruising speeds it's also quiet and comfortable, with no refinement issues, as you'd expect from a Lexus. Economy is never going to be a strong point of such a unit, and a reason why volumes are expected to be so small in the UK in the face of the more economical hybrid, but the 34 miles per gallon pending combined economy figure is achievable on longer out-of-town runs.